before I really get into this review, I just like to thank Mother's Basement for freaking talking about this anime. You know, I do my best to mention the niche, the underground anime that comes out yearly or ones that I watch over throughout my life. And I'm like, I can only do so much with the small channel that I have. And especially with the new roles coming up next year, I'm highly doubting I can get even less views than I'm doing right now, but I keep moving on. However, when a big YouTuber talked about this, I feel very appreciative about it, because this could have been easily swept under the rug because no one really talked about these things, at least no one big does. But when someone big does, I appreciate it very much. Digimon did talk about it as one of his favorite isekai of the season, and now Mother's Basement's talking about it. So I'm glad that Ascendance of a Bookworm is getting the attention that it needs. And by the way, according to the light novel contest that they have yearly, I forgot which one it is, but in one of them, A Sense of a Bookworm was ranked number 2 of the best light novels of the year. Number freaking 2. God damn. It's really good. It's that good. That point at ranking number 2. And by the way, Mushoku Tensei is also ranked number 4 as well. So shout outs to them. And by the way, they've been in this contest for years since it first started, and then they've always been in the top 10 ever since the novel's been released. So that's saying something, hyping up the shows even more. I sure do know how to pick them. Well, anyways, without further ado, let's get into the review. Okay, they finally made their paper. The prototype was a success. Now they've entered the Merchant's Guild. And of course, poor little Mine, she can't stand those needles, those plucked needle things, man. She's like Goku. She just can't stand a needle. She at least doesn't run away, but she closes her eyes and turns the other way and pretends happy thoughts. Nothing but happy thoughts as her needle gets plucked. I don't think she'll ever get used to it, but it's nice to see, these kind of flaws in her that makes Lutz feel, more reliable with his job of taking care of her. Well, anyways, this episode really hits on the economics, the business side of things, and I've always been fascinated with business. Not where I want to deep dive into it myself, but I am interested in the concepts and the ideals of business, how it goes in the everyday lives of things, when it comes to shows, TV, music, movies, comic books, even just a pencil, all that stuff, And it's amazing how business affects everything in the world, from trends, from culture, from tradition, from ideals. It changes along with it. It has a very big part of our everyday lives, more than we like to admit it. Anyway, she enters the Merchant's Guild, and she meets with the guild leader, who is very, very persuasive. Nice old dude, but you gotta be careful. Nice old guys doesn't mean they're always nice. They may be nice on the outside, but they are monsters. You can't be a gentle heart while owning a very successful business like someone like him. It's impossible. You gotta lose some of your humanity down the line when you do that kind of stuff. It's only natural, unfortunately. Well, anyway, the way he was talking to her is something that a lot of people do. If you are a newbie, you are fresh meat, baby. So you don't know what's going on. You're like, okay, you're there, you're nervous, everything's going well, and all of a sudden the guy you're trying to make business with is trying to talk his way. You may not see it coming first, but he's working up that plan. He's going around you. He's trying to see what you're interested in. He's trying to see what kind of person you are and what you truly wish to do. And especially when mine delivered to Hairpan. And this is where one of my favorite things of business I love to talk about, and which is the thing I am a professional in, what's called promotional marketing. Brand ambassadors is what we are called, We promote the product. We get it out there. We start the trend. We get people to be aware of it. Now, tell how this one little hairpin can change the entire city's outlook in its economy is very interesting. you can see how the king of the Guildmeister himself was very interested and fascinated how they're in an uproar of how fascinating this thing is. It was beautiful, and not only was it beautiful, but you can change it up any way you want to. You can change the colors, the shapes, the flowers, all that stuff on the hairpin. And of course, girls and women love pretty stuff like that, so they will spend tons of money just to look beautiful. Because women are very self-conscious. Men are too, but not as much as women are, in the majority speaking. And of course, they would want tons of those. So, of course, they say this is the future. This is the next big thing, baby. And of course, mine doing it, she had to think carefully. She came up with the idea, but let's make some. Let's make some. So therefore, she's trying to keep on to those rights. You gotta be careful when you talk to people. Because when you talk to people, you gotta make sure, like, yeah, I came up with the idea, this guy makes some. So we gotta keep that. We'll sell it to you, but we keep the rights to make them no matter what. You gotta keep it up. You gotta keep it in your business, baby. I talked about that last episode. You gotta make sure that you can continue to make the product no matter what. Royalties may sound good and whatnot, but royalties will one day dry up. If you're able to, as long as you're able to make that product, you're good to go, and no matter what. So therefore, you can have total control of where the product goes. You know, you can decide what it is. It's like making a product of a chip. You can decide what flavor the chip gets to be. You know, you can make a guacamole, a jalapeno chipotle kind of flavor because you are in charge of making it in the end of the day. The next thing I want to talk about is also consumer confidence. This is where Mine meets Frida, who is very similar to her. Where Mine's obsessed with books, Frida is completely obsessed with business and money. And this is where the pen thing started. Frida was one day seeing the baptism she sees every single year, and she saw Mine's sister wearing the beautiful hairpin, and therefore she wanted one herself. Being such a high status kind of child, when she wants something, of course, her grandparents are going to want to get it for her, and she's having everyone else talking about it. And everyone's obsessed with getting it, and then next you know, they'll start seeing all the nobles wearing these fancy little hairpins, and now the lower class will want those fancy little hairpins because, my, how beautiful. Would have been nice to look like a noble. Now everyone else will try to get those hairpins and start wearing them. Next you know, there's money in your pocket and everyone is wearing the hairpins. That's consumer confidence. It's also like this. Say there's five guys, and they're telling you the same thing, word for word. Or sometimes different words from here and there, but it's the same thing. But however, you, the person, only believes in only one of those guys, despite how everything is. There's another show I watched. It's one of my favorite anime of all time called Sea Control, The Possibilities of Money and the Soul. It dives deeply on economics and this very fantasy-like kind of thing. And is where this one of my favorite characters, the camera guy, an info broker, he was talking about consumer confidence. He said, hey, tell me, why do you believe in everything I say? I don't know, because you always seem right and everyone else seems to believe in you. Exactly. That is called consumer confidence. It's where people have complete and total trust in the things you say and do. Therefore, they'll come to you when the information breaks out. So if you say, hey, come buy this chocolate bar. It's very good for you. They'll come because they listen to you. They believe in you. As anyone else would say it, they want you to try. They'll be skeptical, wary, or some would try it, but not very many, only few. But someone you know very well will say that, you'll buy the same thing. And I've seen it tons of times on TV and in YouTube where someone will do the same thing, but only one other person gets the more views and likes about it because consumer confidence. Now, the final thing I want to talk about with this episode is the devouring. We have it. Frida also has the devouring, but however, she is very okay with it. She has a small body, and she's very young. Yet to get her baptism, but yet she has high mana capability. It can't be cured because it's not a disease, it's not an illness. It's something else, it's like Mako poisoning or something. We have too much of something like that. So I guess you could consider it as a poisoning then, because it's too much of something, way too much. Extreme large amounts of a substance. And they have too much mana within them. So therefore, I'm guessing, it's killing them. However, in order to keep this right, it costs a lot of money. I bet it's a magical tool in order to remove the effects of the mana as you live. So unfortunately, mine is very poor. She can't do that. So mine's only way to do this is to really dive into the business world even deeper and find a way to get rich or something in order to keep herself from dying. But hearing this is very scary. And this is one of the things that's going on in our time, you could compare it to right now, actually, is with how some of our politicians want everyone to have everything. If the rich can have it, everyone should have it. With some things, it sounds nice. However, there's a major, major flaw in this. Despite how nice that dream sounds, it is impossible because that's a lot of people. And second of all, it costs a lot of money just to make a few of those things that everyone needs. Now, if everyone can have it, being how big the country is nearly doggone impossible. Where's the money coming from? Who's paying for it? Whose money is it coming out of? Is it even allowed? You gotta ask yourself all these things. So that's why I'm talking about with mine. It would be nice if every child in that world could have those magical tools that could help them with their monitor disease, their not disease, but the devouring. It sounds nice, but it's impossible because those things cost a lot of money to make. For instance, mine's hairpins. Um, they're a luxury item, and with luxury items comes extremely expensive resources. You gotta pay money for those resources, and then you gotta make sure you double down on the product itself when you go on store. So that's when you go see a product, such as anything else you see on a store, and you say, "Why is it so expensive?" It's because sometimes, not all the time, okay, the Apple products are ridiculous with their prices because of the brand. But sometimes when you see those products out there, you it's because some of them have those high resources, like a special German chocolate or a ring or something. It's because those resources are very expensive. So I hope you guys were able to fill yourself in with this nice, noble, knowledgeable review. I'm really happy that the show's doing well and how great it is. It's like I said, this is one of the most unique isekais of all time. Okay, and the fact that it's doing so well, even on the records of light novels, ranking in number two, I'm saying props. And I would say I hope it does even better, and hopefully we'll get another season too, because there's 3 parts so far I'm aware of the series. So anyways, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and are well informed. If you like what I do and enjoy my content, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit the bell icon. This has been Background on Anime, signing out.